This is this is Misty Forest Bible Ministries, and this is Genesis chapter 18 out of the KJ3. And Jehovah appeared to him by the oaks of Mamre, and he was sitting at the door of the tent in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, three men were standing by him. And he saw, and he ran to meet them from the entrance of the tent, and he bowed to the ground. And he said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in your sight, please do not leave from near your servant. Please allow a little water to be taken, and you wash your feet and rest under the tree. And I will bring a bite of bread and will sustain your heart. Then you may pass on, for this is why you have passed over to your servant. And they said, Do so as you have said. And Abram ran into the tent to Sarah and said, Hurry, prepare 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes. And Abraham ran to the herd and brought a son of the herd, tender and good, and gave it to a youth. And he hurried to prepare it. And he took curds and milk, and the son of the herd, which he had prepared, and he set before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they ate. And they said to him, Where is your wife Sarah? And he said, See, in the tent. And he said, Returning, I will return to you at the time of life, and behold, a son shall be to your wife Sarah. And Sarah was listening to the entrance to the tent, and it was behind him. And Abraham and the Sarah were aged, going on in days. And the custom as to women had ceased to be to Sarah. And Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After my being old, shall there be pleasure to me, my Lord also being old? And Jehovah said, Abraham, why has Sarah laughed at this? Saying, Indeed, truly shall I bear, even I who am old? Is anything too difficult for Jehovah? At the point in time I will return to you at the time of life, and there shall be a son to Sarah. And Sarah denied, saying, I did not laugh, for she was afraid. And he said, No, but you did laugh. And the men rose up and from there and looked on the face of Sodom and Gomorrah. Looked on the face of Sodom, and Abraham was going from them to send them away. And Jehovah said, Shall I hide from Abraham that which I am doing? And Abraham shall become a great and powerful nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I have known him, so that whatever he may command his sons and his house after him, even they may keep the way of Jehovah, to do righteousness and justice, to the intent that Jehovah may bring on Abraham that which he has spoken of him. And Jehovah said, The cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and their sin is exceedingly heavy. I will go down and see if they have at all done according to the cry coming to me, and if not, I will know. And the men faced around from there and went toward Sodom, and Abraham was still standing before Jehovah. And Abraham drew near and said, Is it so? Will you cut off the righteous one with the wicked one? Perhaps there are 50 righteous ones within the city. Is it so? You will you will cut off and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous ones that are within it? For be it from you to act in this way, to put to death the righteous one with the wicked one. Far be it from you. The judge of all the earth, shall he not do justice? And Jehovah said, If I find 50 righteous ones within the city in Sodom, then I will spare all the place because of them. And Abraham answered and said, Behold, I pray, I have undertaken to speak to the Lord, and I am dust and ashes. Perhaps there will be lacking 5 from the 50 righteous ones. Will you destroy all the city for the 5? And he said, If I find 45 there, I will not destroy. And he continued will to speak to him, and said, Perhaps 40 will be found there. He said, I will not do it because of the 40. And he said, Please do not, my lord, be angry, that I may, that perhaps 30 will be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. He said, Behold, please, I have undertaken to speak to you, to the Lord. Perhaps 20 will be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it because of the 20. And he said, I pray, let not my Lord be angry. I speak to this time, perhaps 10 will be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it because of the 10. And it was ended, that which Jehovah was speaking to Abraham. He was finished, and Abraham returned to his place.